2 of swimming with sharks. The last time we left off, Sarah was with her grandparents. Grandfather was retired and not having a great time and having a difficult time adjusting. So Sarah was there to help him out, and it wasn't going so great. Let's see what happens today. Chapter 2, A Shark Gives Birth. Not far from where Sarah sat on the dock, a large female lemon shark moved across the shallow waters of Florida Bay. 17 years old and 9 feet long, she glided over patches of white sand and turtle grass. As she swam toward the dock, her senses registered many things. Her internal ears, 2 pin-sized holes on either side of her head, recognized the moan of a powerboat passing in the channel. She heard the splash 10-year-old Sarah made as she jumped off the dock into the water to get some relief from the afternoon heat. She smelled the tissue of blood from the fish Sarah's grandfather was cleaning. She could feel objects nearby with her lateral lines. Without touching them, she felt the presence of small fish as they swam past her. She felt a sea turtle straddle and move to safer waters. She felt the presence of a sunken boat hull. Without looking, she turned to avoid it. Very little went unnoticed by the shark. On her head, tiny jelly-filled pores helped her to find her way through the vast ocean. They also sensed the presence of other animals. They signaled her that a large stingray lay buried under the sand beneath her. She didn't see it, or hear it, or smell it. Her pores scanned it as she passed over. Though the stingray was hidden from sight, she knew it was there. Another day, she might have dug it up with her nose and eaten it. Today, she swam over it. She wasn't hungry. The lemon shark moved in rhythm with the sea that surrounded her. Slowly, steadily, she made her way toward the red mangrove trees. The mangrove groves grew on the islands in the shallow waters around the edge of Florida Bay. Thick woody roots reached down from their branches and formed a tangled maze beneath the waterline. Thousands of young marine animals made this protective maze their home. It was to this ocean nursery the female shark was heading. She had come for a special reason. She had come to give birth. The female lemon shark stopped on the opposite side of the cove from Sarah. Her body was motionless except for the opening and closing of her mouth and the pulsing of her gills. Her sides began to contract and her tail swung from side to side as she delivered 13 perfect copies of herself. They slid into the water. They slid into the world tail first. Each 2 feet long, baby lemon shark was born with an umbilical cord and attached. This system that nourished them through the 12 months they had grown inside her. Fish quickly surrounded the shark pups to feed on the cord and other things in the water. In a very short time, there was nothing left to show that an ancient ritual had taken place along with the edge of the mangroves. The mother lemon shark, having given birth to her baby, turned and swam out to deeper water. The little lemon sharks were left to survive on their own in the shallows near the mangroves. Without warning, an osprey dove at the pups. The newly born sharks scattered. One squirmed desperately as the osprey's talons stabbed through its skin, and the osprey struggled to lift the shark pup into the air. Briefly, its talons lost their hold. In an instant, the small shark wriggled free and instinctively darted deep into the mangroves. It had a gash in its side. The thick, waxy leaves and tangled roots of the trees did their job. The osprey lost sight of the shark and with a scream flew off without its prey. That was one very lucky baby shark. Chapter 3 next time, Sarah's Shark Surprise.